The Spurs play before the hometown crowd here live in San Antonio, Texas. Looking at San Antonio, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Charlotte. Hornets. So Cleveland will get the first possession. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Mozgov in at the 5 down low. Parker dishes to Duncan. Here's Aldridge. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Aldridge has got the opening basket of the game for the Spurs. James kicks to Mozgov. LeBron outside. And here's Love from the arc. San Antonio with the rebound. The Cavaliers beat them last time when these two teams met in Cleveland.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Yeah, and that turned the tide, the rebounding differential. They've got to focus and make it a team effort to really pound the glass.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
And it's Smith missing.
Boy, after the first 3 misses, I thought they'd get one here, but they still can't connect.
And Leonard gets it to go.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Well, you've got Greg Popovich, and I think he puts this at times grumpy demeanor in more of a spotlight. He's playing along, as we all know, with the sideline reporters. He knows, Greg, you know this firsthand, when to turn it on, when to turn it off. He can be as compassionate a person, Clark, that you and I have ever been around.
Yeah, he's competitive, but he understands that we're all human, and he treats people the right way all the time. Rock hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need.
Irving drives in. Out to Smith. From deep three-point range. No good. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to Denver. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by LeBron. And Green gets it to go.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Here's LeBron. Duncan with the block. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. Shumpert is checked in for Cleveland. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Irving against Parker. Fires from 18. Irving can't hit.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Parker outside. Pass to Duncan. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Jefferson's checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Well, as Greg was just talking about, the assistant that was hired was Becky Hammon, a phenomenal player for a very long time in the WNBA. And Clark, you know, you and I were talking about this before. She was a perfect candidate to become the first full-time female assistant.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it might not seem like that big a deal to some, but this was a big-time barrier breaker that the Spurs pulled off. Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists. And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep.
Three-pointer, Dellavedova. That's good. Dellavedova's got his first 3 points of the game.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Some changes here for the Spurs. Boris Diaz checked in for Duncan. Martin comes in for Daniel Green. That's Mills in for Parker. Now here's Mills. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Jefferson against Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Top of the key. Diaz can't hit.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Feeds to Aldridge. And stolen by Fry. And here we go, Cavaliers running again. And it's Dellavedova missing. For San Antonio, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Now Mills. Here's Diaz. And that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. A good close contact. Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
Yeah, just the way they've been able to pound that backboard. I think that's been the difference.
Establishment of a good low post presence, a big part of the success.
Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Duncan is up there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. Mozgov passes to Irving. From past the arc. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
It's tipped and stolen by LeBron. For 3, Smith. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker. Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
And here is Parker. After J.R. Smith getting his 3 to go. Leonard attacking. Here's Aldridge. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Green kicks to Parker. Dishes it to Leonard. Now here's Parker. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Shot clock at 3. The drive by Duncan. They get it again. Here's Aldridge. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Both free throws good from Aldridge. And the Cavaliers call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Irving against Parker. Mozgov a screen on Parker. Left side, Love. The Cavaliers again can't hit. The Spurs have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. The dish to Ginobili. Irving with the steal. LeBron outside. Here's Smith. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. 8 points for Smith. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Cleveland?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Mozgov grabs the board. James right side. That's tipped. Here's Parker. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. To the middle. Here's Diaw. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his first foul. Shumpert is checked in for Mozgov. Cleveland leading by 3. Irving dishes to LeBron. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Clock at 6. And it's denied. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. While we have a break, we can see which teams have made the most of their second chance opportunities over the last 10 games. Second, the Cavaliers.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting. Here, and every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
And the best way to do that when you're missing shots is to get to the foul line. Be aggressive, get to the foul line, and knock down some of those freebies, and the tide can turn for you.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Love. Fry comes in for LeBron. Jefferson's checked in for Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. Stolen by Thompson. Shumpert. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Now here's Jefferson after the miss from Tim Duncan. 6 to shoot. Here's Dellavedova. No luck. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. They'll be playing host to Miami's game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
The Spurs shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
It's stolen by Jefferson. And here's Fry for 3. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Cavaliers ahead. Ending the second quarter with a 13-5 run. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. We're seeing a tremendous game from LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
And I tell you what, that allowed him to get his team several multiple shot opportunities. His work on the offensive glass has been invaluable.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. We're seeing a tremendous game from LaMarcus Aldridge.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Mozgov in at the center, locking down the middle. They get it back. Kicks to James. To the inside. And he slams it one-handed.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
Out to Smith. It's stolen by Green. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. The shot, no good. And Cleveland will come the other way. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Smith. And it's a 10-point Cavalier lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Cannot be happy with how things have gone during this run. I think it's a good decision to take a break.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he had to do something. They're getting buffaloed and beat up. He couldn't let that continue. He had to call the timeout play.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Parker kicks to Green. Passes to Aldridge. And he banks in the layup. Aldridge has got 13.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And now, your first dance team.
Anderson, he's checked in for the Spurs. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Pass to Love. From the arc. Green with the rebound. Green's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. From deep. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 3 assists now in this one. The pass to Love. Connects on the 17-footer. And the Cavaliers lead by 7.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Irving with the steal. And here we go. LeBron heading to the hoop.
Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. And Cleveland making a change here. Dellavedova's checked in. Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. Inside. Here's Aldridge. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Aldridge has got 15. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. For San Antonio, they've missed more than they've made at the foul line tonight. 3 of 7. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. And the Cavaliers with some changes. Tristan Thompson comes in for James. And it's Iman Shumpert in for Smith. Green passes to Aldridge. Back to Green. No good on the triple.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Here's Thompson. Irving attacking, and it's sent back by Aldridge. Parker kicks to Green. Outside Aldridge. This one for 3. Here's Marjanovic. The stupendous finish in traffic.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Irving from long range. And that one's good. Irving's got 6 points.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
But that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
How about that, breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
No telling how much larger the lead would be if it wasn't for his shooting. I mean, come on, this guy's kept him in it.
Now here's Irving. 6 points for him.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
On the wing, Irving. 1 second left. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And that's
The third quarter comes to a close. Cavaliers lead by 9. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Cleveland leading by 9. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Parker in at the point. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Smith for 3. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And that's now 11 points for J.R. Smith. And Leonard has it in the corner. Back to Parker. He dishes it to Duncan. Mozgov with the block. LeBron kicks to Smith. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Parker's shot is off. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Shumpert with the screen for LeBron. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his third rebound tonight. Parker drives in. San Antonio again missing. The Cavaliers leading by 14. Here's James. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
First personal foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've got down in transition.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Fry's checked in.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
San Antonio calls timeout. The Spurs with some changes. David West, he's checked in for Aldridge. Martin comes in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Parker. Martin with it. Now Smith defending. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Martin against LeBron. The feed now to Dellavedova. From deep three-point range. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Here's Duncan. That one's off. Still out of sync.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
The Cavaliers leading by 17. For three, Smith. Smith on the wing. Takes the three. There's the bucket. Good. Smith's got 8 here in the quarter.
And it looks like they left their defensive effort back in the locker room, guys. They just haven't had the same commitment here defensively in the second half.
That's a 2 from Martin. And the rejection by Smith. LeBron against Leonard.
2 minutes.
LeBron outside. Rebounded by the Spurs. Leonard's got 4 rebounds in this game. Martin goes in. And that one's good.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for the Spurs. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. Kevin Love's checked in for Cleveland. Irving comes in for Matthew Dellavedova. The Cavaliers leading by 16.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Cavaliers.
Tonight they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That certainly was their main meal, their bread and butter, if you will.
In what's been a good season already, tonight's win will take their record to 50 wins, a big milestone here tonight.
And with the win here tonight, they break the 1-1 season series tie up to this point. So I think they have to be really pleased with the 2-1 winning record this year against the Spurs.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Smith. You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
Green, he's checked in for the Spurs. Aldridge dishes to Duncan. He feeds it to Green. Shot from the wing. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Shooting for San Antonio, Daniel Green.
And he makes the first.
Line for 2.
Both good from the line that time. 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Irving. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And so he hits the technical free throw. The drive by James. Leonard with the steal. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his first personal foul.
The first one falls.
Shooting for San Antonio, Daniel Green. At the line for 2.
Both free throws good from Green. Parker with the steal. Inside. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And really, if this had come just a little earlier, they may have been able to get back into the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. They needed this a lot sooner than they got it.
Irving with it. Smith outside. Good.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of surge.
So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And now we'll head over to the studio with Ernie Johnson.
Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano, siamo fatti di sogni che non ci fanno dormire.
Io non dormo quando ti penso, io non dormo e basta e compenso. Io lo so che siamo uniti, se a capirsi basta il silenzio. Senza te sarei nel vuoto, mentre insieme siamo immortali. Baby, accelero la moto, chiudi gli occhi e spegni i fanali. Vedi, noi siamo la luce insieme.